Imagine for a moment that there exists a gesture so simple and so fundamental that it can melt the inner world of a woman in just a few seconds. And do you know what the most beautiful part is? You don't need to be the most handsome man in the world. You don't need money. You don't need clever phrases or cheap seduction tactics. This is something much deeper, much more authentic, and surprisingly almost never used by most men. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly what this gesture is because it works in an incredibly powerful way, both from a scientific and emotional point of view. How to recognize when a woman is responding to it, and most importantly, how to apply it completely naturally without it seeming forced or artificial. But before getting into the details, if you've enjoyed the video so far, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of this content that will help you level up in your relationships. And now, let's begin. Before continuing with the video, leave me a short answer in the comments. From which country and city are you watching this? And do you think that a single gesture can really ignite such a powerful spark in a woman? I would love to read your opinions. Your comments are really valuable for growing this community. Let's begin with the most common mistake men make. Look. A large majority of men believe that to connect with a woman, they need to impress her with wonderful words, achievements, witty jokes, or displays of status. But the reality is completely different. A woman's body reacts long before her mind. We are talking about milliseconds. The nervous system of women has been programmed over thousands of years of evolution to instantly perceive intentions, energies, and emotions. That is why when a woman meets someone, in the first few seconds, she can have a very clear feeling. I feel safe. He gives me confidence. There is something different here. Or the complete opposite. She cannot always explain it logically, but she feels it. This ability is not magic. It is pure biology. And this is exactly where the gesture I want to talk about today comes into play. When a woman perceives originality, confidence, and genuine intention in you, an emotional switch is activated that she cannot consciously control. Her natural defense mechanisms drop. What I call emotional opening occurs, and the most powerful part is this: her body betrays her. She can never hide it. So, what exactly is that gesture that melts her inner world? This gesture is not a single thing. It is the perfect combination of three main elements that, when applied correctly, create an enormous effect. The first element is slow and deliberate approach. I'm not talking about moving like a turtle. I mean approaching her with purpose, but without any rush. You give her nervous system time to process your presence and get used to your energy. What does this communicate on a subconscious level? Self-control. A man who does not rush in a romantic moment is a man who controls himself. His intention is clear, but not impulsive. He fully respects the woman's emotional space. The second element is firm but soft eye contact. This is the most delicate element because you need to find the perfect balance. It is not the intense gaze of a predator, nor is it a shy or evasive look. It is a gaze that says, I am here with you in this moment, and I have no expectations from you. The only difference between a gaze that melts and an uncomfortable gaze is intention. If there is a search for approval, admiration, or reaction in your eyes, the woman will notice it immediately and will close off. But if your only purpose is to share the moment and be genuinely present, the response will be completely different. The third and most powerful element is confident silence. This is where most men fail. The moment there is a second of silence in the conversation, they tense up and start talking non-stop to break it. But a well-managed silence is an extraordinary magnet. It is not an awkward or empty silence. It is a silence full of presence, self-confidence, and connection. Without words, it says, I don't need to fill this space with noise because I am completely comfortable with myself and with you. Why is this combination so effective? The scientific truth behind all this is the following. When you combine these three elements, your slow approach activates her parasympathetic nervous system, meaning the mode of relaxation, connection, and trust. If you move too fast, you activate her sympathetic system, meaning alarm, fight, or flight mode. Your soft and present gaze causes oxytocin to be released, the hormone of bonding and trust. Confident silence creates a space of positive vulnerability. The woman has space to feel what is happening in that moment without any distraction. Her subconscious mind immediately begins to process. This man is safe, mature, not afraid of intimacy. I can let my guard down. When this starts to work, the woman's body responds involuntarily, and this can never be faked. That's why you should learn to recognize these clear signs. A slight smile that appears on her face for no apparent reason is not a polite smile. It is an internal, pleasurable smile. She maintains eye contact longer than normal. Her gaze becomes softer and more receptive. She unconsciously touches her hair, lips, or neck. It is the desire to calm that sweet emotion that attraction brings. Her body moves closer to you without her realizing it. She leans in, steps closer, or removes physical barriers between you. Her tone of voice softens and becomes more melodic and warm. Her body orientation turns completely toward you. Her feet and torso point at you. Her posture becomes fully open. It is almost impossible to fake these physiological responses. So, how do you apply this naturally without it looking like a tactic? Rule number 1, do not turn it into a performance. If internally you think, now I'm going to apply this gesture and she will fall in love with me, it loses all its power. Women can detect manipulation from miles away. To make it authentic, start from genuine presence. Do it not to get something, but because you are genuinely enjoying that moment with her. Move with the same calm you have when you are completely comfortable at home. Look at her without seeking approval. Do not constantly scan her face to see if it is working. And embrace silence. Learn to be comfortable in those pauses. The more at peace you are with silence, the more powerful the moment becomes. In conclusion, this gesture that melts a woman's inner world is never a seduction trick or manipulative technique. It is simply the natural expression of a man who is completely comfortable in his own skin, who does not seek approval, who can offer confidence and presence without expecting anything in return, and who knows how to create intimacy without violating boundaries. When you develop this quality of presence, it will not only change your relationships with women, it will transform your entire life from the root. So the next time you are with a woman you are interested in, remember, your goal is not to conquer her. Your goal is to offer her a safe space where she can be completely herself, where she can be vulnerable. If you want to go deeper into these topics and commit to practicing this authentically, write in the comments, I am mastering this gesture, and tell me which of these three elements, slow approach, soft eye contact, or confident silence, is the hardest for you to apply. I would love to read your comments and support you. If this video was useful to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell. Here we are building a community of men who want to grow not through manipulation, but through total authenticity. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video. A big hug.